Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome to the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast. It's The Wave,
That is The Wave.
a weekly news and chat show.
From the world famous Bottom of the Stream.
Yeah, I'm just switching it up.
I like it.
Thanks.
Did we do our names? We did.
We did, yeah.
How are you, Nick?
Yeah, I'm great.
Yeah?
Good, great, good, great.
Good.
Good.
Good is the new way to say great and good. Been up to much?
That's started fantastically. I haven't been up to much. I mean, I don't know. Possibly. Can't
Maybe.
really remember. We had a barbecue, didn't we? At
We
the
did,
weekend?
yeah. We had a nice barbecue. That was nice.
Was that the last hot day?
Yes.
I just feel like pure shit. I want the sun back already.
Same. I've had enough now. It's gone cold.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Very good. Like you say, we had a barbecue at the weekend. Done a few bits and bobs around the house. Just chilled out, really. It's been quite nice.
Amazing.
Yeah. Do you have any gossip?
I'm just trying to rack my brains. I don't think I've got much gossip.
No, nothing's going on
I think
really in the world, is
I
it?
feel like we're in a bit of a slow news. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that we're coming to the dog days of summer.
Yeah. The world's on hold.
The nights are starting to draw in.
They are. It was dark at like 8:30 last night. I went out for a Turkish last night. That
Oh,
was
right.
quite
I thought you were
nice.
going to say turkey.
No.
Just like, it's going to be Christmas soon. I went and had a turkey.
No, just Turkish.
Was it a nice Turkish?
It was really nice.
Was it a delight?
It was very tasty. We had to sit outside though because the restaurant was so small they couldn't fit us inside.
Oh, lovely.
So that was a bit chilly, but it was all right. It was nice.
Would
It
you have
wasn't
meat
rain.
on a stick?
Meat, not on a stick, on
Okay.
a plate with some bread and some salads.
Brilliant.
A lot of some meat. It was nice. I like Turkish food.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with Turkish.
You can't go wrong with meat and bread.
No.
You just can't.
No, I guess you can't.
You really can't.
It's all in the cooking of the meat. Isn't it? All in the
Absolutely.
seasoning. No, I don't think anything particularly exciting has happened to me
Okay, so shall we just jump
since
straight
this time
in?
last week. If it has, I can't really remember.
Fair enough.
But I will just eureka it halfway through the episode.
That's fine. Just
if I'm misremembering anything.
jump in wherever you want. Should we talk a little bit about last week's film?
Yeah.
No,
No.
it wasn't your work. That
No,
was
it
the week
wasn't.
before. God, time flies.
Ghosts
doesn't
of
it?
War.
Ghosts of War, of course.
Yeah, I still didn't think I liked it. I like.
You didn't like
I
it.
did
It's
like
number
it.
2 in the stream.
No, I
table.
did like it. I did like
You
it.
did like it.
I liked parts of it. I really liked. I still don't think. I think you gave it a lot of credit for that twist.
I don't agree. I've
I just sometimes think, you're easily swayed by a timey-wimey.
yeah, but I think also that puts
Twist.
you off them. If you know I'm
Because
going
you
to
seem
really
to like all of them.
yeah, but if you know I'm going to really like something, you go all negative on it.
I wasn't negative on it. The twist didn't do loads for me. What would all I'm saying is, what would have been wrong with just doing a good scary war ghost film? Because that's what
Nothing.
it was.
But that's not what it was. It wasn't that. So that's fine. But hey, it's second in the stream table. It's got to be.
No, I had a good time watching it.
You did. I had my issues with the ending. We both had
Yeah.
our issues with the ending, but I enjoyed it more than you did.
That's fine.
Shall we jump into Netflix?
I
news?
do think just to qualify, by the
Okay.
way, I don't disagree where we put it,
No, not at all.
which might be more of a reflection on everything else.
It reflects
but,
on the stream table a lot. Yeah.
But I'm comfortable where it sits in second. I've got no problem with that.
Good. Shall we jump into some Netflix news?
Yeah, loads of news this week.
Oh, have we? Awesome.
Let's start with Netflix news and let's talk about Guillermo Del Toro.
Please do.
Because he has got in October coming to Netflix his anthology horror series.
Okay.
And the first trailer came out this week for that. It is called Guillermo Del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. 8 different episodes, and they all tell a different story with a different cast and a different director
Oh, okay.
for each installment.
Almost like an anthology movie.
Exactly the right
split
word
into-
to
Yeah.
choose for for this. We have got some titles,
Oh, okay.
reveals of directors and some of the cast,
Oh, cool. That's exciting.
and it's quite the lineup
Go for it.
for some of these episodes.
Hit me with some names.
Dreams in the Witch House is directed by Catherine Hardwicke,
Oh, wow.
who
okay.
did all the Twilights.
Yeah.
And it stars Rupert Grint, DJ Qualls, and Nia Vardalos,
Excellent.
and is based on a short story by H.P. Lovecraft.
King of Horror.
Del Toro is an unabashed fan of.
Doesn't really hide that, does he?
Graveyard Rats is based on a short story by Henry Kuttner, stars David Hewlett, and is written and directed by Vincenzo Natali.
Oh, wow.
Do you know why we know him?
Yep.
Directed Cube.
He did, indeed.
Amongst other things. Guillermo Navarro, who was one of the guys behind Narcos, directs Lot 36, which is based on an original story by Del Toro. It stars Tim Blake Nelson.
Okay.
And Elpidia Carrillo.
Nice name.
Pickman's Model is another adaptation of a Lovecraft story. It's directed by Keith Thomas, who did Firestarter recently, and stars Crispin Glover.
Wow.
And Ben Barnes.
Oh, okay. He's on Netflix. He's been on Netflix before.
Yeah. The Autopsy is written by David S. Goyer, who wrote The Dark Knight, directed by David Pryor, and stars F. Murray Abraham.
Excellent.
Jennifer Kent directed The Babadook. She's also directing an episode of The Cabinet of Curiosities.
That's pretty exciting.
And her episode stars Essie Davis, who starred in The Babadook.
Babadook, yeah.
It's based on another Del Toro short story. It also has Andrew Lincoln in that episode.
Wow. Return to TV.
Yeah.
The Babadook's one of my favourite horror films of all time, so that's quite exciting.
Sure. Anna Lily Amirpour, who I think directed... I can't remember the name of the film, with Keanu Reeves in a desert and Jason Momoa. And the woman with no legs. You know that really weird film we watched?
Yes.
Can't remember the name of it.
Me.
She directed that. Well, she also directs The Outside. And that will star Kate Micucci. I can see you're still thinking, so I'm just going to
Sorry, keep talking. I think it's coming.
The Viewing is directed by the people behind Mandy.
Okay.
Panos Cosmatos and Aaron Stewart Arn. That stars Eric Andre, Peter Weller, and Sophia Butella. That's a pretty star-studded lineup.
That is, yeah. There's a lot of names
for
in
this
there.
collection.
Yeah, for sure.
2 episodes drop every day on Netflix for 4 days from October the 25th.
Which means it will finish on October the 28th.
Yes.
Which is weird. Why not finish it on Halloween?
That's got to be good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it? I'm sure there would be some that are better than others, obviously,
Sure.
but yeah, there's a lot of high, big names in there.
Yeah.
Without even thinking about Del Toro. There's a lot of...
I like to think, imagine his meetings with Netflix, 3 years ago. He's like, okay, I'll do Pinocchio for you, but
I also want to do this.
let me do this, please.
Yeah.
And, well,
I imagine
that's
Netflix
how I
just sort of
like
went, yeah, obviously, of course you can do a TV show. Why not? You're Guillermo Del Toro.
Yeah, we need stuff for Halloween. Do it.
Was it called The Bad Batch?
Yes, I think it might have been.
I
was thinking it was like Badlands or something.
Yeah, I think it was The Bad Batch. I can see the poster in my head. Cool.
That's I'm really excited.
Me too.
About the Cabinet of Curiosities. Go and check the trailer if you haven't already. The next big bit of Netflix news from this week is that you can also go and watch a trailer for Wednesday. It is the first look at Tim Burton's live-action Addams Family series.
I have watched the trailer, and I think it's very good.
It does look good.
It does look really good.
They've done a good job with the trailer. That is definitely undoubted. Also, to sort of back the release of that, the showrunners, Miles Miller and Alfred Goff, have done an interview this week with Vanity Fair and have very much said their ambition isn't to make a remake or a reboot. They want it to be an 8-hour Tim Burton movie. I'm not sure that's the selling point that they think it is, personally.
Maybe 30 years ago that was a selling point. I'm up for a Tim Burton movie. I'm not sure I'm up for an 8-hour one, but this does look great.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen so far looks great. The imagery. I think Catherine Zeta-Jones
as far as you can tell
from
a 2-minute trailer, it does. Yeah, she looks amazing.
She does.
I mean, it's definitely from Luis Guzman a different take on Gomez.
Yeah, the hair's different for sure. Wednesday, the girl who's playing Wednesday looks great. The guy who's playing Pugsley looks great. They just look like a modern day Addams family, and I think it's going to really work.
Miller said that this show is something that lives within the Venn diagram of other versions of the Addams family. He says it is its own thing. It's not trying to be those movies or the 60s TV show. That was very important to us and Tim Burton.
I think that's fair. I mean, the Addams Family story's been told so many times.
Yeah.
Just spin it off and just do something different with it. I have no issue with that at all.
Alfred Goff said, at this time, teasingly, we have no comment on Uncle Fester. Just watch the show.
Interesting.
Because he was notable by his absence in the trailer.
Not cast.
I'm not sure.
I've not heard any casting for Fester. Maybe they're going to CGI it.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Why not?
Why not? Maybe Tim Burton's playing him.
Maybe they just drop in the one from the CG movie from
that'd be
the
amazing.
last couple of years, and like just no one,
nobody mentions
everyone just knows that was it. Yeah,
it's just a cartoon.
Yeah,
cool. I'm looking forward to Wednesday. It hasn't got a release date yet, I don't think, has it? It's just coming soon.
It's fall.
Yeah.
Next, the Russo brothers.
Okay.
Hot off the Grey Man.
Yep.
For Netflix. Are not going straight onto the Grey Man 2.
Good.
You liked it.
I did like it.
It's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, of course it is. There's a whole universe coming, apparently. There's going to be TV spin-offs and everything.
There's some more details come out this week about their next project, which is for Netflix. It is The Electric State.
Ooh, okay.
Based on a sci-fi novel that came out 4 years ago, 2017. Millie Bobby Brown will star in this.
Oh, right. Okay.
And they have been given a budget of $200 million.
That's a lot of money.
Basically the same as The Grey Man.
Wow.
The movie is an adaptation of a Simon Stalenhag book. I really like saying his surname. The synopsis of which is, in 1997, a runaway teenager and her yellow toy robot travel west through a strange USA. The ruins of gigantic battle drones litter the countryside, heaped together with the discarded trash of a high-tech consumerist society in decline. As their car approaches the edge of the continent, the world outside the window seems to be unraveling ever faster. As if somewhere beyond the horizon, the hollow core of civilization has finally caved in.
That sounds really good.
So small scale.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But yes, last week, some more casting news was announced. So Millie Bobby Brown was already attached. Chris Pratt has jumped on board.
He's a busy man.
Yeah.
He's doing everything at the minute.
Michelle Yeoh
Wow.
is on board. Stanley Tucci
Blimey.
is on board. And the shorter, slightly rounder Stanley Tucci, Jason Alexander, is also on board.
Okay.
Brian Cox is in it only as a voice actor.
Is he playing the robot?
Possibly.
Interesting. I'm just looking at this picture and it doesn't look real. These
I think it's like concept art.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a drawing.
We're basically looking at a young girl with a robot in a car park in the desert.
Yeah.
With a sort of
big robot,
crashed vehicle or robot next to them. Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I don't know whether to be controversial or not.
Okay.
I'm not sure I like Millie Bobby Brown in that role, but I don't know anything about the film.
And why? What's your gut telling you? That's interesting.
My gut's telling me that has she done enough Netflix sci-fi already?
Okay.
I don't know if that's just me or what,
but she's like Little Miss Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
She's got Enola Holmes 2 coming out this autumn, hasn't she?
Does she
The Electric State goes in front of the cameras in October.
Okay, cool. So we're talking next year.
Yeah, I would say so.
Cool. Okay. Well, it remains to be seen. There's just something about Millie Bobby Brown being in it that doesn't quite sit right with me, and I don't really know why.
Okay, fine. That's
just my instant reaction.
Yeah.
Next.
Some clever, techie, computery people
nerds
have have been looking. I don't know how you get hold of this. Have been looking at the code behind the new ad-supported Netflix app.
Okay, right.
And according to the language in said code, this has been discovered by an independent developer. Netflix are either limiting or denying completely the ability to download.
Oh.
And able to watch stuff offline.
That's interesting.
If you're on that tier. Nothing official from Netflix, but this is hot off the geek press.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Because you could just go in and download shit and then you wouldn't get any of the adverts. I
guess so. And I think the Netflix CEO said earlier in the year that they wouldn't necessarily... I don't think he necessarily guaranteed that all content would be on the...
No, I think he specifically said that it wouldn't.
Yeah, but this, I don't know if this is...
Maybe that's what he meant.
Yeah, feels like it's maybe stretching that a little bit. But well, remains to be seen as we start to get more info. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done that, though.
Downloaded?
Yeah.
I think I did when I went on holiday because I knew I wasn't going to get much service.
Yeah.
So I was like, I took a couple just in case.
Okay.
But I don't think I ever watched them.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever taken advantage of that feature.
Not me. They don't really push it, do they? They don't really...
No.
It's one of those things that you can do, but nobody really knows that you can do. Next.
I know, so I'm not even going to ask.
Okay.
That you love a reality show.
It depends on the reality show, maybe.
Well, Netflix have announced this week that they are bringing... Well, I was not aware of this program.
Okay.
I having done a bit of reading, it seems that this is a reality show that's in sort of around the 2010s caught on in the States.
Right.
But they have commissioned a reality TV competition series called The Mole.
Right.
This has been, like I say, it was on ABC back around 2008 to 10 or 12, around 5 years. A high-stakes competition series where 12 players must work together in challenges to add money to a pot that only one of them will win at the end.
Okay.
However, among the players, among us, is one person who has secretly been designated as the Mole and is tasked with sabotaging the group's money-making efforts. In the end, one player will outlast their competition, try and expose the Mole, and win the prize.
Oh, that actually does sound quite good.
Yeah, I mean, but I joke, but you can see why that has been brought back now.
Yes, you can. You absolutely can.
It is Among Us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Netflix always 12 to 18 months behind the year.
I think Among Us is about to come back in a big way.
Oh, is it?
It's getting a VR version.
Okay, well,
so
there you go.
I've actually signed up to be to the beta.
Oh, nice. Let us know how that is.
I'll let you know if I get chosen.
Yeah, The Mole. It's being filmed shortly. So
cool.
Coming to Netflix, yeah.
Loads of good stuff coming to Netflix, isn't there? That's 3 decent things we've talked about already. So 4 decent things we've talked about already.
Well, we're not finished yet.
Good.
Because we've got 2 more. Cool. Netflix have announced that their new anime series, Cyberpunk Edgerunners,
cool.
is coming soon. In fact, very soon, in about a month, September the 13th.
That is less than a month.
It's
my mum's birthday.
Oh, is it? Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday.
Yeah, September the 13th. What happened with Cyberpunk in the end? Because it was like really anticipated, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then the game, and then it was very buggy, wasn't it?
It was very, very buggy.
Was it fixed?
It was. I don't think it was ever really fixed. I think they just quietly patched a few things out.
Did you ever play it?
Never played it. I think it just kind of disappeared. It went away for a little while and came back, and I don't think it was ever the game that it was advertised or billed to be. I don't think it still is.
Because it was right aboard the hype train for that,
yeah,
wasn't it? When
it really was.
Out.
It nearly destroyed the whole industry when it came out and it was shit. Everybody was like, I'm not playing games anymore.
Yeah, September 13th.
So is it a spin-off
standalone 10-episode story about a street kid trying to survive in Night City.
Cool. So it's like a spin-off of the game.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? Sounds good to me.
More excited. This is what I'm more excited about.
Okay.
Netflix has announced that they are teaming up with the Blown Away producers for a new reality series called Drink Masters. It's
Right.
Blown Away, except it's for mixologists.
Oh, okay. So like cocktail making reality show.
Exactly.
You could merge it with Blown Away and make them make all the glasses.
You could, yeah. The receptacle and the drink.
Okay.
Yeah. October the 28th.
That's soon.
On Netflix. This one has come out of Canada, in effect. But yeah. 12 contestants from across North America have to complete challenges against a clock, with one person getting their marching orders every episode until an ultimate drink master is crowned. So, yeah, I'm excited.
That does sound quite exciting. I mean, I don't know how you can get 12 weeks out of making cocktails, but okay.
Do you want the buzzwords?
Yep.
Do you want to know what the Right, so how do you talk up a show about drinks? We are taking something cinematic with rich, elevated, distinct characters who are passionate and have a slightly unique, different quality from a lot of other shows out there. Something more optimistic, which is true to the values of our company, says one of the producers. Fine. Look, it's just dudes making some drinks.
Yeah.
I'm happy to watch that.
It also says it's not about what's in the glass, but what appears around the glass as part of that experience. It's not just about your palate as well as the aromas.
There you go.
So it's going to be all like fizzing fog and all sorts of shit going on, isn't it?
A lovely bouquet.
We're definitely both going to watch that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Next.
Just wanted a quick RIP for Anne Hesh.
Yeah, what a tragic story.
Yeah.
This is. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, what a real sad end to anyone's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just this sort of all happened not long after we finished recording last week, so we were a bit behind on this one. But of course, she was in one of our movies.
She was
a couple of seasons ago. Catfight. One of the most memorable movies I think we've had on this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something else, that movie.
It's basically one great big fight between two women for the whole film. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's it sucks, is what it does.
Yeah, and thoughts to everyone who was sort of in and around that and affected by it.
She seems to have affected quite a lot of people on her way out as well.
We won't go into
no.
Not very nice details.
She was beaten by her demons by the sounds of it, unfortunately. Next
is I thought quite.
Who's that man? He looks like an old rock.
I thought this was quite topical given what we're going to talk about on Real Talk this week.
Okay.
So, because this is a movie that I had in my head at one point for my answer to Real Talk. There's a tease. Warner Brothers has announced that they're doing a new take on The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Because we need that.
Why not?
Kenya Barris, who is the creator of Blackish, sitcom, is on board to write and direct a new version of The Wizard of Oz. What do you think to that?
I feel like it's a story that hasn't been told as much as people think it has.
There are a series of books set there.
There's lots of books, isn't there? There's like 13. But the original Wizard of Oz film, but then there's loads of different like spin-offs of the Wizard of Oz, like Wicked and things like that. But I don't feel like the actual main bulk of the story's been told on film.
What you're saying is that the Wizard of Oz cinematic universe has untapped potential.
Very much so, yes.
Well, Warner Brothers are having a go.
But I also feel like you could get away with a straight remake of the original, the 1939.
Yeah, but that Sam Raimi one a few years ago was really boring.
Yes, it was.
The James Franco.
But it was bonkers, and it wasn't like... Again, it wasn't like a straight retelling of the Wizard of Oz story, was it? It was he tried to be wacky with it.
But I
literally just go in and tell that story.
I think
I don't feel like it's been done.
It reminded me that remake reminded me of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, where it was just so CG, and I was like, this is just...
They're very much living the same universe.
No charm and no...
They're completely soulless, both of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great word for them.
Yeah. The only thing I liked about the James Franco one is when it went from black and white to colour when he went to Oz. I liked that bit, but yeah.
What happens in the original?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Well, look, Warner Brothers is still the movie rights to this universe. So they're not going to sit on that, are they?
No, why would they?
They're doing something.
Well, they have sat on it for like nearly 100 years.
But yeah.
Okay, well,
We're going back to Oz.
I'm up for it. It's an interesting...
Not the country or the prison.
It's an interesting universe to explore.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let's do it.
The Wiz.
The Wiz.
That was like when Michael Jackson was in.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's never been done properly since, has
Yeah.
it? It's always just been little weird spin-offs.
Yeah.
Do it properly. Tell me the actual story. Well, there's loads of news today. It's still going. Next.
This one's especially for you.
This one is exciting.
Kylie said to Jason, or the other way around. It's very niche.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But exciting news if you are familiar with the work of Garth Marenghi.
Yeah.
Noted author, dreamweaver, and visionary, plus actor. Now, it's got to be getting on for 15 years ago. There was a short-lived sitcom in this country.
I think it's more than that.
Maybe 20.
Yeah.
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
I think it might be more than that. I think it was late 90s, early 2000s.
I'm not sure. It doesn't.
I'll look. You talk. I'll look.
Well, he's back because he's releasing a new book in November, as he says, technically after Halloween, but I had an argument with the editor and things got delayed a bit.
2004, the TV show was.
It consists of 3 short stories.
Okay.
And it's called Teratome.
Great name. That's the most Garth Marenghi name.
I'm getting this.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Curl up with this book and die. That's the tagline. Do you want the official blurb?
Yep.
When horror writer Nick Steen gets sucked into a cursed typewriter by the terrifying typeface Dark Lord of the Prolix, the hellish visions inside his head are unleashed for real. Forced to fight his escaping imagination now leaking out of his own brain, Nick must defend the town of Storkford from its own fictional horrors, including a vascular necrosis-obsessed serial killer.
I'm in. I'm all in. If you don't know what we're talking about, if this all sounds like absolute codswallop to you,
I told you it was niche.
It's very niche. Garth Marenghi's Dark Place is a fantastic TV show, and I think it's all available on all 4 as a streaming service in the UK. I'm not sure where it would be available anywhere else in the world, but
definite cult following.
100, and I am part of that cult following. I got sent that news story twice this week by 2 different people.
There you go.
And yeah, it's
right up your alley.
Yeah, it is right up my alley. I'm really excited. Check it out. If you've not checked out Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, you are missing out in life. Do it. Do it now. Next.
Robert De Niro news.
Robert De Niro news. Okay, this is interesting.
Now, I hope you're sitting down.
I am.
Yeah, I can see that.
I usually am.
Robert De Niro is going to do a gangster movie.
What?
Yeah.
No.
De Niro is going to star in a new movie by director Barry Levinson. It's going to be based on a true story. It is called Wise Guys.
Okay, that's a very stereotypical name for a gangster movie.
Wise Guys focuses on Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, 2 Italian-American crime bosses that ran their respective families in the middle of the 20th century. In 1957, Genovese attempted to assassinate Costello, but failed, although Costello was wounded and decided to retire. As it says in this article, as much as one can retire from the mafia. The twist is Bobby D,
Robert De Niro,
is going to play both parts.
Okay. That's interesting.
He's going all Nicolas Cage.
He's going all Eddie Murphy on it.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. The script for this movie has been written by Nicholas Pileggi. If you know that name, that's because he wrote the book Wise Guy. All these things are called similar titles, which isn't the book of this movie. Wise Guy is the book from which Goodfellas is based upon.
So he's written a book called Wise Guy and a film called Wise Guys.
Yes.
And they're not the same story.
Correct.
He needs to get a bit more imagination. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? Well, Robert De Niro playing the same role, or playing two different roles in
Yeah.
the same film. I'm interested. It's instantly made me interested because I'm not interested in a gangster movie. Just if you try and sell me a gangster movie, I'm not that bothered.
Yeah, how was The Irishman?
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't tell you. I'm still not seen it. But I like a twist. I like a gimmick, and that's a gimmick.
You're on board with the gimmick.
I'm on board with the gimmick. Maybe just because it's Robert De Niro.
Oh, maybe.
I think
I'm in. I'm on board.
I'm in. Sounds interesting. Okay, we'll give you more news on that if we get it.
Okay, last bit of news.
Last bit of news.
Unfortunately, another sad bit of news
okay.
to end the week on. Wolfgang Petersen passed away this week.
I did see this.
At 81.
What a shame.
I didn't realise he was this old. Yeah, absolutely legendary body of work. Probably, maybe critically most famous for Das Boot.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I haven't ever seen it.
It's about 4 hours long, so
that
would probably put you off.
I some shoes, isn't
I
it?
had it on, yes, yeah. I had it on, I remember having it on VHS. It was like a double video. One of them films I definitely watched at university.
It always reminds me of Phoenix Nights. Peter Kay's Phoenix Nights because they had the Das Boot fruit machine.
Yeah.
So whenever I hear of it, it just makes me laugh.
That's a great movie. But he also directed In the Line of Fire, which was Clint Eastwood and John Malkovich with his wooden gun. The Never Ending Story. That was his first big English language movie.
Yeah.
And A Perfect Storm. That was George Clooney, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Big Flood.
Yeah, Big Flood. They're fishermen.
Yeah. Big Flood.
The sea is not...
Oh, no, it's not the
it's
one.
in the sea.
Yeah, I know the film.
The sea isn't just a big flood.
The sea is massively a big flood. It's not the film I was thinking of.
Were you thinking of The Impossible?
No.
No.
Is it called Perfect Rain or something like that?
Hard Rain.
Hard Rain.
That's Christian Slater.
Yes, that's the film I was thinking
Freeman.
of. Perfect Storm's a fishing one.
Minnie Driver.
The big waves on the boat, isn't it? Perfect Storm. Yeah.
Perfect Storms, yeah. They're fishermen.
Yes, I do remember it now.
Yeah, 81.
81. Rest in peace, Wolfgang Petersen.
Also, you had an awesome name.
You did. Do you still own your name after you die?
Do you still own it?
Do you still have it?
What do you mean, do you still have
Well, I
it?
said you did have an awesome name.
Oh, right.
But does he still have an awesome name?
They say you die twice.
Do you?
Don't know. They say you die once when you die, and you die again the last time someone speaks your name.
Oh, wow. That's deep, man.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's heavy.
Yeah. In which case, Wolfgang Petersen's going to be around for a while.
Yeah, say his name, people. Don't let him die out. Have you watched anything good at the top of the stream?
I've watched a few things, but I have not dipped my toe into anything new.
I've also watched a few things, and they're not on this list anymore. For some reason, our list has gone back to a previous version.
I've just been watching Love still.
Okay.
So into the third and final series of that on Netflix.
Good.
Still great. Yeah, I really like it.
Excellent.
We've also started the third series of Never Have I Ever, which has just arrived this week on Netflix. It is good. John McEnroe is still narrating the Mindy Kaling written series.
I find that so random that John McEnroe narrates.
He's good. He does a good voice.
Good. I'm glad he does.
One of my favourite episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm is the one with John McEnroe in it, where he's got this like book of freaks and he just keeps going around showing them. He's really proud of it.
That is great.
John McEnroe. People, there you go.
Say his name.
Yeah,
he won't die.
3 times he appears over your shoulder. I'm not being serious.
Good.
No.
Have you done?
Yes.
I finished watching. I mentioned last week I'd started watching The Most Hated Man on the Internet.
Oh yes.
I did watch all 3 episodes
of
that. It is actually quite good.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting how this guy got away with what he was getting away with.
Sure.
It's flabbergasting, and the woman who brought him down is just a little old lady, and it's brilliant.
Ah, good.
I also watched another 3-part documentary called "I Just Killed My Dad."
Yeah, you're really on this sort of light and breezy train of content, aren't you?
I can't find a show to sink my teeth into, like a serial drama. There doesn't appear to be one out there. So I'm watching a lot of documentaries and short documentary drama shows. "I Just Killed My Dad" is really good, but it's fucking heavy.
Yeah,
it's so dark, so heavy. I would recommend it, but just be prepared for the story you're about to tell because it's deep.
We nearly started it
the
other night, and then I said to my wife, "I'll watch this Woodstock documentary while you were away the other week," and she's like, "Oh yeah, is it good?" I said, "Very good. You'd really enjoy it." you like that sort of music, and it's just an amazing story. So I've watched that again.
You watched that again?
So I've now watched that twice in 2 weeks.
That's not a bad thing. What did
great.
she think of it? Did she enjoy it?
Amazing. Same.
Yeah.
She was just like, I can't believe they did that. And I was like, you just wait. And then in that final episode where everyone's just starting to go home, and the like events lady in the office just goes, and then it got worse. My wife just literally went out loud, how can it get any worse?
But then it fucking does get worse. She's not wrong, that lady. She really not. I'm involved in a group chat with a few of our friends, and there was some regret in there today that they weren't at this festival.
I can well imagine exactly who would have thought that they would have been in there.
No matter what you think of
absolute element.
Whatever you think of that festival in 1999, that lineup is fucking insane.
Oh, it's amazing. I think we've all been and had a look at what the lineup was for this festival.
That lineup is mad. It's the best of the 1999 bands is the best of.
My wife's a bit younger than me, and I was talking to someone at work about it today. I've always said you need to watch this. I think you'd like it.
I've told everybody,
and they've watched 2 episodes.
Yeah,
said it's great, really enjoyed it, and I was trying to. This person is a bit younger, and I was trying to say how big Limp Bizkit were at that time. I was like, they weren't necessarily, they burned hot. People for quite a short while, but they were fucking everywhere.
People don't realise how big Limp Bizkit were. They were massive. Absolutely massive. It was scary, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We can't talk about this show anymore.
No, we can't. I can't recommend it enough.
Go and watch it.
We've literally just railed my talk about I just killed my dad.
Yeah.
But watch that as well, but it's be prepared.
Trainwreck's amazing.
Yeah, Trainwreck's amazing. I just killed my dad. You might need some tissues in that last episode. It's a heavy.
Challenging wank.
Yes. Yes, it would be, but that's not what I meant. I also watched a film.
Okay, cool.
I've actually watched a couple of films. Yeah. I watched Day Shift.
Oh, yes.
Is the new vampire movie for Netflix.
How is it? Because I was going to get to it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's nothing groundbreaking. Okay. It's just a fun vampire movie.
Good fight sequences?
Lots of good fight sequences. But over the top.
Yeah.
Like vampire movies tend to go over the top a little bit with that fight. There's a lot of like, you get kicked and your head flies off and your body goes flying off in the other direction.
Yeah.
There's lots of that sort of shit going on. Lots of gunshots where you go flying across the room. But yeah, Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg, other people are in it as well, I'm sure. It's great.
Dave Franco,
one of my favourites. I love Dave Franco. Yeah, check it out. It's really good. It's really good fun. I didn't mention last week, I went to the cinema.
Okay.
I went to see Bullet Train, Brad Pitt's new film.
Oh yeah, how was that?
That's really good as well.
Yeah, it looks tremendous fun.
The same thing. It's fun, action, fighty train.
It's Brad Pitt in a bucket hat. What more
Brad Pitt in a bucket hat on a Japanese train. It's great. I also went to the cinema this week and I watched Nope, Jordan Peele's new film.
Yeah.
That's also great.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything bad for ages, so it's good. It's not what you'd expect from a Jordan Peele film. It isn't a horror film. Okay. I don't know why it's being billed as a horror film.
Is it?
It's not one.
I didn't get the vibe it was billed as a horror film. It's not billed as anything, and therein is the
I guess you're right.
the problem, not the problem. That's the deliberate. It's literally just all the marketing and the trailers is there's a film. Trust this guy because he did these 2 other really good films, and we're gonna play on that trust and not tell you anything about this movie.
I've seen 4 different trailers for
Which
Nope,
isn't a bad thing, I don't think.
None of them are the trailer for the film that I saw on Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a completely different film to that. Jordan Peele's name appears on the poster bigger than the title of the film was. They're literally selling it on this is Jordan Peele's 3rd big film or whatever it is. But it's completely different to Get Out or Us. Yeah. It couldn't be more different. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. I'm not going to tell you anything about what it is. It just needs to be experienced. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I watched something else too. Obviously, Better Call Saul finished yesterday.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That last series of Better Call Saul is up there with Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It's that good.
I've already seen several articles this week of like, which is better. Why does something have to be better? They're both... I'm sure I'm behind on Better Call Saul. I will catch up. They can both just be amazing.
They are both amazing.
Exactly.
They are... in my head now, they're the same show.
Sure.
That is one big TV show.
It's one story.
Yeah, it is 100%
about different people. Yeah, exactly.
It's 100%. Breaking Bad is just a chapter in Saul Goodman's life.
Yeah.
And there's a point in that show where the screen fades to black and it might as well say insert Breaking Bad here.
Yeah.
Because it is literally that stops there, then it starts there, and we'll go straight after Breaking
Yeah,
Bad.
sure.
It's fantastic.
Because you said, I don't think this is giving anything away. I'm going to say it anyway.
Say it.
You said a few weeks ago, Better Call Saul's wrapped up,
Yeah,
but there's still 4 or 5 episodes left.
100%.
So that is the vibe I get. That Breaking Bad goes there,
Yeah.
and then
we get
you've got the rest of Better Call Saul.
The whole story now, from the start of Better Call Saul through Breaking Bad to the end of Better Call Saul, is Saul Goodman's life.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. Breaking Bad now is just a chapter of Saul Goodman's life. And they said at the beginning of the series, it will change the way you think about Breaking Bad. And that's how they've achieved that.
Yeah.
Because Breaking Bad now is not a show about Walt and Jesse. This is a chapter of what happened to Saul Goodman.
Well,
Or
it still
Jimmy
is both,
McGill,
because
or
he didn't come into it till a bit late.
No,
But
it's still both. But
you're
the
right.
whole story is Saul Goodman's story now.
Yeah.
Which is mental, really, when you think about that. They've achieved something incredible there.
Yeah.
It's incredible. The last 2 episodes are as good as anything Breaking Bad ever did.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd say that about Better Call Saul. The first 4 series are just like, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
They're great.
They are great.
They are great, and they do a really good job. Yeah, it was one of those shows where I was just like, I'll watch it. It's the best show I've ever seen about nothing.
Yeah.
And I watch it, but I'm never excited to watch it. I got home from work on Tuesday and put that last episode on before I'd even took my shoes off. I was like, I'm in, I'm down. I was going out, so I didn't have a lot of time. But I was like, that's how much this last season is different.
Yeah.
It's remarkable TV.
Brilliant.
It really is. I can't speak highly enough of it. It's got the finale is 9.9 on IMDb.
Yeah.
And it will stay there. It will never go lower than that.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
I mean, what's Vince Gilligan going to do next, though?
That's what worries me.
This is like 12 years in the Albuquerque universe.
Yeah. Hopefully he leaves it alone.
Yeah, I think he should go on
AMC
holiday.
are going to make him want to do more.
Of course they're going to want to do.
They're going to want more from that universe. I don't see what's left to tell.
Well,
there are bits.
They're going to want Walt Jr. the college years.
There are characters that have still things to tie up, but I'm not interested in them.
No.
The one that was suggested to me that would slightly interest me maybe is the origin story of Gustavo Fring, but I don't feel like it needs it.
I don't know if you necessarily want to mess with that mystique.
No.
Because I already thought... Spoilers again. I already thought, but I think this is years old. I already thought when he turned up in Better Call Saul, we've got to tread carefully here.
Yeah.
Because I quite like that he was just... I didn't know that much about him. It's
still,
that villain thing, isn't it?
You still don't know a lot about him.
No,
but you have learnt a lot more about him. But there's still an air of where did he come from that hasn't been told. So if there is a story to tell left, that's it. But I'm not interested in hearing it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with how that whole universe has been wrapped up, and we'll hopefully it gets left alone.
I certainly don't feel like you'd need 6 seasons on a character like that.
No. If anything, it'd be a movie, but I don't want this. What happened to Skylar next for sure. But I think that's it. I think that's everything I've seen this week.
Okay.
That's quite a lot, to be fair. Should we kick into some real talk before we get out of here?
Yeah, let's tackle the big questions.
Ross.
Never let it be said we don't tackle the big questions on Real Talk.
Ross Cook made us ask the big question this week.
Yeah, I mean, we're not one to back down from a challenge.
No.
And one of our Patreons, Ross Cook, made a suggestion for this week's Real Talk. And that is simply, what is unequivocally the best movie ever made? We've always shied away a little bit from saying best.
Yep. We always go favourite, don't we?
We say favourite because what's best?
How do you decide what is the best movie?
Yeah.
Without just going for your favourite.
If you think Cats is the best movie, that's the best movie to you.
Yeah.
I think
It's
there's
a
no
tough
way you
question
would win
to
that
answer.
argument for various evidence.
No, it's a tough question to answer. It really is. But we're not talking favourites here. We're talking, as a movie, this is the best movie.
Yeah.
What is it?
Shall I start with the Discord?
Head into the Discord, Nick.
We will start with Ross Cook because he made the suggestion. Look, Ross, you've got an agenda.
Very much has got an agenda. He's trying to push this agenda on everybody at the minute.
The best movie, unequivocally, ever made, according to Ross Cook, is RRR.
Now, I watched RRR.
I've also seen RRR.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Excellent. I watched it with Ross a few weeks ago. We did it on a live watch along on the Discord. It's great. It's a 5-star movie.
It's amazing.
It's a 10 out of 10 movie.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It's not the best movie ever made.
Ross says, my case for it being the best movie, despite it not being English, it has taken the world by storm, being many people's only Bollywood movie. It manages to hit multiple genres, action, comedy, romance, executes them all perfectly. The fact that there are 0 animals in it,
That's
real animals,
mind-boggling.
despite there being thousands of
There's thousands of animals in it, but none of
makes
them are
it
real.
Technically pioneering.
I don't know about that.
It is able to be bombastic and subtle, often in the same time, at the same time in the same scene.
I have issues with that. It is never subtle in any way, shape, or form.
And also a cracking soundtrack. Look, it's a great movie.
Soundtrack.
It's a great movie. It's amazing. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. It is just amazing. I mean,
it's a masterpiece. It genuinely is a masterpiece.
I
5
do,
out of 5.
My challenge would be, I think there's some severe recency bias.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Of all the movies of all time, can something that's only been there for a few months be better than everything?
I loved it. It's great. It's not the best movie ever made. Move on.
Okay.
Let's not give him the platform that he wants. But do go out and watch RRR. It's on Netflix. It's great.
It's on Netflix in the UK. I don't know about it elsewhere, but yeah, go and it's well worth your. It's well
3.5 hours or whatever it's on for.
Smileyton comes in with Schindler's List. Man, that is a really good shout.
It's hard to argue.
I mean,
Deep.
it's
dark.
important.
Yeah.
It's an important piece of filmmaking from an important piece of history. It's beautifully made. It's beautifully shot. It's moving. It's technically amazing. It's a great shout.
I spoke to him briefly about it, and he said as soon as he saw the question, it popped into his head, and he then couldn't get it out of his head and think of anything else, so it had to be his answer. And I think that says it all.
Samuel Holland nominates The Prestige.
That's a random one, isn't it?
A lot of people love it.
It's a great film. That is a really great film.
I mean, personally, I've said before, I'm not a...
You're not the Christopher
Nolan leaves me a bit cold. I mean, I love the way Sam's phrased it. It's Wolverine versus Batman fighting to be the best magician.
Yeah, it's great. I would argue it's not even Christopher Nolan's best movie.
With Ziggy Stardust turns up halfway through as well, so, you know.
That is also true. I forgot he was in it. Yeah, I'd argue it's not even Nolan's best movie, but it is a great film, so I'm not going to take... You can't say to somebody you're wrong on this question, can you? You can't say, no, that's stupid, you're wrong. I'm not
I'm certainly not going to say that Schindler's List is wrong.
No, definitely not.
I'm not sure about the other two so far. Alex in the Discord says Jaws.
Great shout. You can't argue with that.
It
Jaws
changed movies.
Changed all movies. Changed horror movies massively.
Summer movies, horror movies.
Yeah. It changed the way movies are released. It changed everything about Hollywood, really.
And it's just a fucking
brilliant film.
Robot shark that didn't even work.
Yeah. But you're right.
It's an all-timer.
Yeah, it is. It's difficult to argue that one.
Wayne in the Discord is a bit on the fence because he's gone either Shawshank Redemption or Goodfellas.
Shawshank was going to be mine. I think that's the right answer. I genuinely do think it's the right answer. I think it is the best movie ever made. I'm not going to pick it now because Wayne has, but I'm glad somebody did.
Yeah.
I think it is the right answer.
It's right up there in the conversation. I've seen personally, I feel like I've seen it a lot, and but that should be a good thing, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
But it's always up there, isn't it? In these sorts of conversations, yeah. I'm a little bit lower on it.
Okay,
but it's great. I've not seen it for a few years. I mean, Goodfellas was one that instantly sprung into my mind.
Goodfellas is a great show.
It's just amazing. Again, technically, those tracking shots, the story, the performances, it's just brilliant.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman's voiceover in that. And Shawshank, not Goodfellas.
Sure.
Shawshank.
Yeah, there's an honourable mention for Pulp Fiction, which again is something that I was pretty high up on. It was definitely on my shortlist as well.
Couldn't argue it. It'd be on my shortlist.
Yeah. Just, again, I remember the first time seeing that and just thinking, this is something very different, and I like it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's the Discord.
That's the Discord done.
What have you got?
We've got a few on Twitter and Instagram. Chris from the Time Splitters podcast comes out as quite often. He's a great guy, lovely man. Hard pressed to not say 1957's 12 Angry Men.
Oh, that's a great shout.
So he's put
Brilliant movie.
hard pressed to not say
Absolutely
it, so I
fantastic
guess
movie.
I'll just say it. This was the first movie I can remember that left me stunned. A single set and 12 astounding actors. I don't think a film since then has collected that much talent in one room. Brilliant, brilliant. At its core, it's just so simple, yet it becomes amazingly profound, and it is unfortunately still relevant today.
Yeah.
What other film can say all of that?
Absolutely riveting.
Um,
I think actually,
I don't
as
think
well,
I've ever seen it.
You should
And I
go and
definitely
find
should.
it. I mean, I think, taking the completely opposite tact to Ross Cook, that
that's not unusual.
I just think that a big factor in this for me is something that has stood the test of time.
Yes.
That if we're talking the best movie ever.
Something that's still relevant 30, 40, 50 years later.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which brings me nicely onto the next one on Twitter, because another podcast called Hooked on Movies, they picked Casablanca.
A great shout.
The perfect storm of actors, writing and timing.
Yeah.
It's
iconic, isn't it?
Ross then tweeted us again with RRR with loads of gifts from it. Sort yourself out, man. We had a few answers on Instagram as well, but I don't know how Instagram works, so let me just find it.
Still not, after all these weeks.
I know, yeah.
Still can't work it out.
Ollie commented Shawshank Redemption. Again, I can't think you can argue with that. Becca commented The Truman Show.
Yeah, nice.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Um,
Again, The Truman Show is so relevant today.
Yeah, 100%. Probably more than when it came out. It's probably more relevant now than when it came out.
Yeah.
So that says a lot about it. And it's a wonderful film.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, how Jim Carrey did not get all the awards for that is
Jim Carrey
an absolute travesty.
Yeah, Jim Carrey should have at least 2 Best Actor Oscars in his cabinet.
Because the Truman Show is just
and Man
incredible.
on the Moon, they're both incredible performances.
Yeah.
But it's only because he made The Mask and Ace Ventura that he doesn't have those Oscars. It's just fact. It is a fact. What's yours? Or do you want me to do mine? Whichever.
I could do mine.
Go
I mean, I got a couple. The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I think it's really tough to again what it means to the history of movies.
Yeah.
Just again, technically, it's just iconic. I think that's my pick.
Okay.
The other one that I was kind of thinking about was, which might surprise a few people, was Singing in the Rain.
Yes, great show.
Just again, it's a movie about movies. It's about the end of the silent era and the beginning of the talkies.
Yeah.
But it is also a classic movie itself.
Yeah.
With some of the most iconic sequences of all time, and they don't make them like that anymore.
They really don't.
The big studio musical numbers, and again, that's a really important period in movie history.
That's also Brett Goldstein's answer to this question when on his
Is
podcast.
it?
Yeah, if he gets asked this question on his podcast.
I did not know that.
That's his answer.
Wow, there you go. A revered company.
You are, absolutely.
So that was between those two. I think I'm just going to give it to The Wizard of Oz.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. How about
Sounds
you?
good. I narrowed it down as well. I was going to go with Shawshank Redemption, but I knew somebody else would pick it. I think you've got to have E.T. in the conversation.
Yeah.
I think that just deserves to be there.
Spielberg's turned up like 3 times
Yeah,
now.
which says it all again, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's the fact that Spielberg makes great movies. But I think I'm going to pick The Goonies.
Okay. The best movie of all time
The
is The
best
Goonies.
movie of all time. It has everything, The Goonies. It's comedy, horror, tension, suspense, pirates, romance, adventure, fun. What more do you want from a film? What more do you want from a film? My honest answer is Shawshank Redemption. It is, for me, it's the perfect movie. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great. But
I'm going to one week on this. I'm going to ban you from using Stephen King stuff. By the way,
that's why I went with The Goonies. I'm picking The Goonies. End of. It's the best film ever made.
Okay,
it is.
I love The Goonies.
I know you do.
Yeah,
everything about it is perfect. You wouldn't change anything about The Goonies.
And it takes you back to our place.
It does.
It takes me back to watching it around my mate's house in his living room, on a rainy afternoon when I was 8.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like
the sound. It's evocative. The sound takes me back. It's got
the
that
setting.
Real
I always wanted to be a
nostalgia
Goonie.
pull.
I still want to be a Goonie now.
Yeah.
It's just that 80s. It's the perfect 80s movie.
It was a great movie.
It feels very 80s. It has an 80s vibe to it. It's got everything you could possibly want from a film. It's just the right answer.
I'm not going to tell you you're wrong.
If it's not the Shawshank Redemption, it's the Goonies. Right.
I really enjoyed that. That was
Me too.
Yeah, a lot of great suggestions there.
If anybody wants to come out of us with more, please do. We'll continue to talk about it, but we'll have
Yeah.
another real talk next week.
We will.
I think we've already got it, but
Okay.
we'll announce it into the Discord and into the socials in the early part of the week.
Brilliant.
This week's film, let's talk about that briefly.
Let's do that. We're going back.
Way back. We've gone into the way back machine.
We're going the furthest back we've ever been.
It's I think it's the furthest back I've ever been as a film. I don't think I've ever watched an older film than this. So, yeah, I played my wild card last week on the movie show, and we are going to watch 1936's Sweeney Todd and the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. It's the shortest movie we've ever done. It's the oldest movie we've ever done. Possibly the only movie we've ever done where everybody in it is dead. So, yeah, it's something I've never experienced before. I've never really watched a movie of that age.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting thing to talk about.
I'm just going to unashamedly jump on this and back my own point up from Real Talk, though.
Go for it.
Just to point out of what a technical masterpiece it was. The Wizard of Oz is only 3 years younger than the Demon Barber of Fleet
That's mad, isn't it? Wow, that is actually quite mad. That is quite mad.
But that's fine. Look, this is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's something we've got no experience in. It's something we've never done before.
Yeah.
It's a really short film. It's only just over an hour long.
It's a short film, but there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah, we'll have plenty to talk about. I don't think the
A lot of
episode is
history
only
to
shorter
this
than
as
normal.
well,
So,
so.
Yeah.
I think that putting it in a stream table might be tricky.
Yeah, how do you compare it against loads of modern day movies?
I don't know.
It's going to be fun.
It's something that was made for an audience getting on for 90 years ago.
Yeah.
So how do you judge that today?
Yeah.
Let's see. I can't wait to find
I
out.
can't wait to find out either. So, yeah, come back on Thursday for the movie show and we'll talk to you about that. And then we'll be back next Monday for another wave.
Cheers.
Bye.